coverage of the Danzig US tour. We're coming to you from Phoenix in Arizona. We got lots of Danzig videos on the way, Danzig live. A rare interview here with Glenn and Eeire. Now, a little bit earlier, guys, we did talk about the success of Mother, and I just want to carry on that theme a little bit. Did this sort of success, being in a long time coming, was that all the more satisfying to you guys, or were you a little bit frustrated that a whole new audience only knew Danzig because of that one song and they didn't have a concept of the history of the band?
I don't necessarily know that they didn't have a concept of the history of the band. People ask that question all the time. Yeah, and it's just like, why should we be upset if people are finding out about our band? If we didn't want exposure, we wouldn't do records, and we wouldn't do videos, and we wouldn't go on tour. We would stay at home and play in the garage. So that's kind of a lot of bull. When bands are like, oh, we don't want, this and this. Well, don't do records and don't do videos and stay at home if you're really that anti all that stuff. So that's what I have to say to those bands. Can you give somebody the finger on the air here?
Sure.
Yeah, this is what I have to say to you bands, that are saying all that crap, Don't do records and don't do videos then. You're not fooling anybody,
But I think the thing about you guys was that you had a very, very strong fan base anyway, and it wasn't like an overnight success thing, was it? You're still going to have those fans, even if, say, MTV America chooses not to play your next video.
That's what I always tell people. They accept you, they don't accept you. We're going to do it anyway. Whatever success we get, we're still going to do it, whether you buy it or anybody else buys it, because we weren't waiting on it, And if it happens, great. If it doesn't, so what?
What he said.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, being in the spotlight with that, did it put any pressure on you when you came to start thinking about writing and recording the next album?
No, I had pretty much decided what kind of record I was writing anyway. Right. Totally, like everyone probably expected, Mother Part 2. That ain't gonna happen. And as a matter of fact, MTV America did refuse to play Until You Call in the Dark.
Yeah, I know.
They were at first they said the lyrics were satanic. And then they came back and said, no, the lyrics aren't satanic, but these muscle women are not allowed to be in the video.
No, not satanic.
So,
Something else. Get back to you on that.
Yeah.
Isn't that so frustrating for you, though, that people think that? Because...
doublespeak. It's typical of MTV America, so...
Well, of course, we're going to play you the new Danzig video very, very shortly. Talking about four, though, Glenn, once again, you wrote... all the songs. Now, I'm intrigued about this. Why did the others not have the chance to contribute? Is it that you feel that you're the only person that has the true vision of Danzig?
No one bought me any songs.
Nobody said, hey, bro, listen to this. No, it was, I definitely liked the direction the songs were going already. It started to make me feel like, the way I did a few years ago, or certain things were just, touching on certain things. And I liked it, and it felt real easy, and the rest, John and Chuck just seemed to do everything that was needed, it was, and it felt good the whole time. We finished whole songs with like one, two tries, it was just, all came out real cool. So, I mean, if I had something that was better than that, I might say something, but in my opinion, I didn't.
Right.
So,
A lot of the stuff later on was just stuff I had up here in my head. I would tell these guys the basics, and they'd look at me like, what? And then after the basics are done, I would go in and add a lot of the other stuff, like the backwards song Can't Speak.
Right.
That was just an experiment for me when I was trying to explain to Chuck, who was a drummer at the time, what to play to. He just looked at me and he didn't hear a beat in there, but I heard a beat in there, and I actually showed him the beat, and then he saw what I was thinking of. And then later on, with a lot of the other songs, I mean, we had talked about it earlier. I said, I'm going to bring back a very Sam Hain feel to this record, which we did on Thrall, on the 3 studio songs, and he was all for it, because personally, even around How the Gods Killed, we talked and said we missed a lot of that moody, eerie kind of stuff. And eerie, hey, I used that word.
No, it felt very right, like the way it was before when we originally got together, whatever phases or elements we brought to it, we still wanted to kind of do what we do best,
I mean, being devil's advocate here, some people might say that a band is when...
Devil's advocate, you owe me money.
That was a little pun there. But some people might say that a band is actually when all 4 members contribute and bring ideas to the table. So, I mean, that doesn't happen in the songwriting process for Danzig. Do you think that it's a band because of the live chemistry?
I've always said this before.
Would you say it for me?
Even though I write the songs, each guy brings, like you said, live, and even to the songs once you do it, their own little distinct thing.
Right.
Of course, I write all the songs, but I mean, in the Who, Townsend wrote all the songs, and no one ever asked him that question. It's
John Fogerty wrote almost everything.
Exactly. So
it's a chemistry thing too.
You've got three great musicians as well in the band as well, which I think is very important. Now we're going into the first video for Until You Call on the Dark. As we said,
but that's also, it's like we might have three great musicians, but
I'm not great.
I don't know that makes them great songwriters.
No.
I'm not saying I'm a great songwriter, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand that. Yes, I can appreciate that. So we go into that video for brand new from Until You Call on the Dark. And as we said, this hasn't been played by MTV in America. We're playing it in Europe, as you know. Now, you didn't actually direct this clip, did you, Glenn?
Well, I brought some things to it like we always do. Rick and I always bring stuff to it, but I did have to edit it because it came in... needed editing.
Yes, it's quite outrageous, this video. A bit of a Jenny Torturers theme here, I think. A bit of bondage going on. We like that. Anyway, here we go from the new Danzig album. Here we go, the first video, Until You Call on the Dark. And we'll talk to you guys some more.